In this video, I explore a topic that resonates deeply with many of us, especially those known as highly sensitive people, HSPs. Sensitivity is not a weakness. Instead, it is a unique gift that allows for profound empathy, deep connection, and artistic expression. Yet, along with these wonderful qualities come challenges, particularly in the realm of love and relationships. Many sensitive souls often find that their intense feelings, while enriching, can also complicate their romantic lives. Today, I embark on a journey of understanding the struggles that highly sensitive individuals face in love, and how, with a few practical steps, these challenges can be transformed into strengths. I will speak about two broad areas. First, the difficulties HSPs encounter in traditional relationships and what can be done to address these issues. And second, the signs that casual dating might not be the right fit and why it is absolutely fine to seek more meaningful connections. This video aims to provide clarity and practical insights, inviting every sensitive heart to feel seen, understood, and empowered on their journey of love. Throughout this exploration, I reveal strategies that bridge understanding with action, ensuring every viewer discovers the beauty of embracing their sensitivity. Starting with a reflective query, I consider the sentiment, "Do you feel like your sensitivity makes love harder?" In that moment, I recall a day when a gentle soul named Alex found himself engulfed in a surge of overwhelming emotion. On an evening filled with soft music and tender light, what was intended as a promising date became a cascade of sensations. Every smile, every pause by his companion seemed magnified, leaving him feeling unusually exposed and vulnerable. The setting, though warm and inviting, was eclipsed by the intensity of his inner experience. I visualize Alex sitting quietly at a candlelit table, noticing every subtle shift in tone and every fleeting glance, all of which seemed to echo loudly within him. This scenario illustrates the paradox that many highly sensitive people face. A heart capable of profound love can also become a battleground for overwhelming feelings that can make love seem both beautiful and painfully challenging. In this narration, the focus is on understanding how the very characteristics that allow deep connection can also create barriers when emotions run riot. It is important for viewers to recognize that their sensitivity, while sometimes a source of strife, is not a flaw but an inherent aspect of who they are. With this acknowledgement, the journey to transforming challenges into strengths begins, setting the stage for further exploration of the emotional intricacies inherent in love. I then invite every listener to imagine a world where sensitivity is honored as a unique strength. In this world, every intense emotion and subtle detail adds beauty to human connection. This vision reassures those living with deep feelings that their experiences are valued, and it calls them to view their emotional depth as a creative force that enhances their journey of love and understanding with heartfelt optimism. I now shift my focus to the deeper challenges that highly sensitive people encounter in love. This segment explores why every tender emotion can sometimes feel like a weight that drags down the spirit. The sensitive mind absorbs not only personal feelings, but also the subtle, unspoken currents from those around them. I describe how the vibrant colors of joy and passion can quickly melt into overwhelming expressions of sadness and doubt. In love, the very trait that allows one to experience the most profound happiness sometimes becomes the source of anxiety and exhaustion. I illustrate this with the example of Alex, whose heart often feels torn between the desire for deep connection and the fear of being engulfed by too much emotion. His internal landscape, filled with vivid memories and delicate impressions, sometimes turns a simple gesture of affection into a monumental emotional event. I explain that this phenomenon is rooted in a heightened empathetic sensitivity and a natural predisposition to overthink and analyze even the smallest interactions. Scientific insights suggest that highly sensitive individuals process emotional information with an intensity that can lead to cognitive overload. I recount how Alex found himself drained after what many would consider a normal conversation, realizing later that every whisper and every subtle pause had triggered a cascade of thoughts and feelings. This reflection is not meant to overwhelm viewers, but to offer a comforting acknowledgement of a shared experience. I encourage everyone to see that acknowledging the roots of these challenges is the first step in learning to manage them. Understanding the balance between absorbing the emotions of others and protecting one's inner world can be transformative. This unfolding exploration paves the way for practical solutions and self-care practices that will be discussed next, highlighting that deep sensitivity can coexist with resilient love when properly managed. By embracing both the light and shadows of their emotional landscape, sensitive individuals can learn to harness their profound capacity for empathy while mitigating the risks of overwhelming stress. This balanced perspective serves as a catalyst for growth and deeper relational satisfaction with renewed hope. Turning now to the solutions, I offer practical guidance for highly sensitive people seeking solace in love. I present the idea of setting clear emotional boundaries, a gentle but firm practice that distinguishes between self-care and the desire for connection. I remind the listener that establishing boundaries is not about shutting others out, but about creating a safe space in which true intimacy can flourish. I introduce self-regulation techniques such as deep breathing, mindfulness, and grounding exercises, which serve as tools to navigate emotional floods. I encourage a daily practice of introspection. After each day, reflect on simple questions like, which moments drained me emotionally? And which interactions left me feeling recharged and inspired? To further illuminate this point, I share the journey of Maya, a quietly resilient individual who, after a series of overwhelming relationships, decided to take her emotional well-being into her own hands. Maya began dedicating 5 minutes every morning to a ritual of self-reflection, journaling her feelings, and identifying the small triggers that set off her intense emotional responses. Over time, this practice not only helped her understand her internal rhythms, but also enabled her to communicate her needs more effectively to her partner. Her simple routine of noting what emotions were stirred and which boundaries felt blurred gradually transformed her interactions, turning potentially turbulent exchanges into opportunities for growth. This narrative highlights that by combining self-awareness with actionable steps, sensitive individuals can transform their love lives into a realm of stability and understanding. With each small mindful adjustment, the overwhelming tide of emotions recedes, replaced by a steady flow of compassion and mutual respect. The journey may begin with the establishment of emotional boundaries, but it ultimately evolves into a richer, more balanced experience of love. This approach empowers individuals to celebrate their sensitivity, transforming perceived weaknesses into strengths that illuminate every facet of a truly intimate relationship. Moreover, this path of self-discovery and boundary setting opens a door to personal empowerment and deeper connection. By learning to meet every emotional surge with calm techniques and reflective practices, one navigates love with clarity and purpose. The transformation is gradual, yet profound, as each step reinforces that sensitivity is not an obstacle, but a gateway to experiencing a richer, more authentic love. This empowering view encourages embracing one's inner world and sharing it openly to build relationships founded on trust and respect, nurturing a truly lasting, harmonious bond. In concluding the first part of our exploration, I present a clear, actionable step for those who seek to transform their love lives. I suggest trying a simple 5-minute daily boundary check. Imagine setting aside 5 quiet minutes each day solely for the purpose of evaluating your emotional state. In these moments, reflect on the day's interactions. Notice the points where your emotions felt overwhelmed and identify where clear boundaries might have protected you. This daily ritual is not about perfection, but progress. It is a gentle reminder that every small step counts. Visualize yourself gradually shaping a more secure inner world where love can be both deep and safe. I encourage you to commit to this exercise consistently. Over time, you will likely observe a subtle yet significant shift in how you relate to others. Embracing your sensitivity and learning how to guard your emotional energy is a practice that can lead to richer, more rewarding relationships. With each boundary you establish, you give yourself permission to experience love in a calm, balanced way. This simple act of self-care can be the first stepping stone towards a healthier relationship with yourself and those you care about, marking the beginning of an ongoing journey to emotional well-being. Remember that every time you take these moments for reflection, you are investing in a more secure future for your heart. Over time, these consistent acts of self-care build resilience, turning vulnerability into a source of lasting strength and deeper connection with purpose. Embarking on the second part of this journey, I share a scenario that many sensitive individuals might recognize. Have you ever felt completely drained after a date that on the surface seemed pleasant? I recall a quiet evening when Taylor, a reflective and gentle soul, attended a casual dinner. The ambiance was light and the conversation easy, yet by the end of the night, Taylor's energy felt depleted. This experience, filled with subtle yet profound emotional exhaustion, illustrates the hidden cost of casual dating for those who feel every nuance of human interaction deeply. In these moments, even a simple smile or fleeting touch can trigger a flood of sensory input that overwhelms the heart and mind. The experience of casual dating for a highly sensitive person is often marked by contradictions, the joy of connection mixed with the fatigue of overstimulation. I paint this picture vividly, inviting viewers to recall their own evenings where, despite pleasant interactions, an inexplicable tiredness prevailed. This segment is not a critique of casual dating, but rather an exploration of why such encounters can be more taxing for sensitive souls. By understanding that these feelings are neither abnormal nor indicative of personal shortcomings, one can start to see the pattern. The subtle exhaustion and the emotional drain serve as clues to a mismatch between one's inherent need for depth and the fleeting nature of casual encounters. Recognizing these signs is the first step towards embracing a dating style that truly honors your emotional energy and personal needs. Reflect on these moments as gentle signals from within, guiding you toward relationships that align with your true self. Such reflections offer clarity about what truly fulfills your spirit, helping you decide where your emotional energy is best invested. Allow these insights to gently transform your dating journey. I delve deeper by discussing the inherent conflict between casual dating and the emotional depths of highly sensitive individuals. The fast pace and ephemeral nature of casual encounters often leave one longing for genuine connection. In these situations, even momentary interactions can seem to fade without providing the deep fulfillment that sensitive hearts crave. I explain that feeling drained after brief meetings is not a personal flaw, but a response to an environment that values speed over sincerity. This reflection invites viewers to consider how the superficiality of casual dating contrasts with their inner desire for meaningful connections. It becomes evident that casual dating might not provide the recurring, nourishing engagement that nurtures sensitive souls. Additionally, I explore the toll that constant overstimulation takes on one's well-being. Every casual encounter, with its rapid shifts and fleeting attention, can stir a storm of emotions that leaves one feeling disconnected and unfulfilled. I encourage individuals to recognize these internal responses as signals that their needs may be better met in more deliberate, mindful dating settings. This discourse intends to validate their experiences, urging them to trust their instincts and seek connections that resonate with the deeper layers of their identity. Through careful reflection, realize that the discomfort felt in casual dating is a natural response, not a failure. It is a gentle reminder that your unique emotional blueprint deserves relationships that honor your true essence. Embrace your sensitivity and choose love that truly revitalizes your spirit for a more genuinely joyful life. I now guide the audience towards a shift in perspective regarding dating as a highly sensitive individual. I assert that sensitivity, when understood and embraced, can be a powerful asset rather than a hindrance in the dating world. Instead of viewing sensitivity as a barrier, consider it a compass that directs you toward connections that truly resonate with your inner being. I introduce the concept of mindful dating, an approach encouraging deliberate, reflective interactions over fleeting encounters. I suggest beginning this practice by making a list of non-negotiable emotional needs, those qualities that are essential to a fulfilling relationship. I urge you to reflect on past dates, recalling moments that either drained or re-energized you. In this thoughtful exercise, the subtle differences between what diminishes your energy and what uplifts your spirit become clear. I illustrate this with the memory of Taylor, who learned to navigate casual encounters more mindfully by using such a list as a guide. Through noticing which moments brightened her mood and which left her feeling hollow, Taylor began to prioritize relationships that nourished her emotional well-being rather than depleting it. This reflective practice transforms dating from a chaotic series of brief encounters into an opportunity for genuine connection and personal growth. Ultimately, by understanding your deep emotional needs, you not only validate your feelings but also empower yourself to seek out relationships that honor who you truly are. Embracing mindful dating paves the way for relationships filled with mutual respect, understanding, and joy, turning sensitivity into your greatest strength. Furthermore, this approach invites a transformative mindset, where every date becomes an opportunity to learn more about yourself and what you truly deserve. It shifts the focus from fleeting encounters to building lasting, meaningful connections that honor your inner essence. Empower your heart with genuine, soulful partnerships now. I conclude the second segment with a clear invitation for practical change. I encourage you, the viewer, to approach your next date with a simple, mindful preparation. Bring your list of non-negotiable emotional needs and observe how the dynamics unfold. After each encounter, take a moment to reflect on what energized you and what left you feeling drained. This deliberate practice of introspection is your tool for navigating the dating world with greater clarity and respect for your inner self. It is not about judging others, but about honoring your own emotional well-being. As you continue this practice, you may find that the overall quality of your experiences improves, and you begin to attract relationships that align with your true nature. The call to action here is straightforward. Make these reflections a routine part of your dating life and let them guide you towards more fulfilling connections. Remember, choosing quality over quantity in your interactions is not only acceptable, but a sign of self-respect. Your journey in love is uniquely yours, and every mindful step you take helps you build a healthier, more joyful connection with others. Embrace these practices wholeheartedly and watch your romantic life flourish every single day.